Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 28th. This week you have this Syrian star card. It says Star Blessings. You also have this Soul Healing card. It seems to be a great week for healing. Like, everybody has had something about healing. So I think, taking time to heal would be a great idea. Also, definitely could be blessings. I mean, you have the Nine of Cups right there. And so the Nine of Cups can represent a wish or wish fulfillment. Usually with the Nine of Cups, we get a wish because we are in alignment with what we want, so it could just be saying that you are getting what you want because you are in alignment with what you want, meaning that you're matching the energy of what you want before you actually have it. And so, again, I think doing that would be a great idea here, Sagittarius. You have the Nine of Cups, the Four Wands, and the High Priestess in your first row of your current general energies. Again, the Nine of Cups, we have to be in alignment with what we want to get it. Although I do, with that Star Blessings card, I would definitely make a wish with that Nine of Cups, for sure. Nine of Cups is a good card, and it can be a wish card, but usually I say that, again, to get the wish, we have to be in alignment. And so we don't really just get a wish with the Nine of Cups. But what I would say, Sag, is that I definitely feel this week, if there ever was a week where you could wish for something and get it, it would be this week. So I would make a wish, whatever it is. I also feel that you are being very picky with your energy in a good way. There's an alternative meaning to the Nine of Cups, that he is like a barkeep, and he is choosing who to give these cups to. So a lot of you could be choosing who to give your energy to, and you could be protecting your energy in that sense. You're not just giving your energy to everyone. And also we have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups here. So, if you want love, you could be deciding to give that love to one person, right? And definitely a possibility. You have the Four Wands. Four Wands is a card of marriage. If you're already married, looks pretty good. Or if you're, even if you're just in a commitment, right? Looks pretty good. If you want to get married, definitely could be a person. The Four Wands is really a card of freedom. It's like a finish line card. There's this finish line here, and these people are celebrating on the other side. So usually what I feel with the Four Wands is that it comes up when we have to finish something, or we have to bring something to a conclusion so that we can move on to the next stage. It kind of says you have to close out one chapter in your life so that you can get to the next chapter. And that's more the feeling I get here with the Four Wands, is that something is complete and it's time for you to move on to the next big thing, or to time to move on to your next big thing. If you're done with your job. And again, this isn't I'm not saying you have to quit your job, right? I feel like this is something that you are done with, right? So it's going to be different for all of you. I feel like there's something that you're done with in your life, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. It could even be a belief system. It could be something you're learning. It could be an experience you're having. It could be a job. It could be a business. Whatever. Doesn't matter. But whatever it is that you're done with, I think it's time to move on to the next thing. And I also feel that your intuition is probably telling you this. You have the High Priestess. Now, everyone's had the High Priestess this week, almost everyone. And so, again, I think it's a very spiritual week, especially with Mercury retrograde. And I feel that people actually could be, very in tune as far as their intuition is concerned. So I feel people need to listen to their intuition with this energy. And I just would with the High Priestess. I don't think there's anything else really to say about it other than I just would trust your intuition, because you should, right? And that's it. So let's see what we have going on for you here, Sag. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles could be you getting something what you asked for, right? The Ace of Pentacles is a big opportunity. But the Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity that only has potential. The whole point of the Ace of Pentacles is that we only get out of it what we put into it. And actually, if we don't plant the seed, then it never turns into anything. So, the thing about the Ace of Pentacles is we can be presented with an opportunity, but we need to make sure that we plant that seed to get it to grow. And so any opportunities you're getting, I would take advantage of them. With the Four Wands, you have the Two of Cups. If you are attracting love, this looks very good. Again, Four Wands doesn't necessarily say you absolutely have to marry a person. It just says that the potential to have a deep commitment is there. So you definitely could be attracted. That could be what this opportunity is. It could be a deep love connection, or new connection that's coming in for you. It's I'm not even saying you have to necessarily start it this week. You could be starting this in the future, but you could be meeting the person right now. The Two of Cups is also just communication. This right here is the staff of Hermes, which just represents communication. So, a lot of you could just be communicating with a person. Like I said, very spiritual week. I always say that the Two of Cups can also be you and your higher self. So a lot of you could be communicating more with your higher self. And, I would be listening to that inner voice of yours as well. That's also going to be important with that card. With the High Priestess, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, card of independence. And so a lot of you could be feeling very independent, or you could be very independent at this time. You could be also focusing, and that's really what I would do with that High Priestess. The High Priestess, she is kind of like focused on what she wants. High Priestess is the card of unlimited potential. There's nothing she can't accomplish if she sets her mind to it. Nine of Pentacles would be focusing on it. Making something that has potential in your life your focus. So this could be you focusing on a habit, a routine, something that you want to work on, something that you want to create. Whatever it is, doesn't really matter. I also feel pretty good about money here, Sag. I kind of feel your story maybe is going to be, I think it has been a little bit slower, I should say, than other people. But at the same time, I think the benefit of that is that you're not going to lose it quickly. It's, I think sometimes people think that they want to win the lottery and things like that. But it's like if you haven't worked on those issues that you have with money, then, it's just going to be like water pouring through your hands. I think because something has taken longer, it's like you've learned how to like appreciate it, you've overcome the issues and all this other stuff. So, it feels more like long-term success to me that you're creating in your life. This could be in work and business, could be a big focus for you. Like a lot of you could be more focused on like saving or, whatever it is that you do. So I feel pretty good money-wise there. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Imperfect Harmony card and this Exposed and Revealed card. The Imperfect Harmony card can say that things are working in harmony. Now, you have this Exposed and Revealed card. We're in a time of exposure. I've been saying this for years because of Neptune and Pisces. And, I used to talk about this a lot more. And you can go to my live videos when I used to go live, if you separate it out by the oldest. Back in like 2016, I used to talk about this all the time, how Neptune and Pisces would lead to a lot of exposure. Kind of haven't been wrong. We have like Diddy case, all the celebrity stuff coming out. Now, also that's getting all muddled and unclear and things like that. Now they're saying that a certain person isn't who we thought he was. I don't know. I have to be careful of the words I use on YouTube when he totally is, and they're just gaslighting us into believing that these people, don't eat babies and things like that they clearly do, right? So, what I would say here is that, yeah, there's still some lies that are being told, but it's so that we can expose the truth. And I feel like that's what's happening, is like things are being exposed. On a personal level, I do think that this is a good thing. By the way, basically what is doing this is Neptune and Pisces. Yes, we have Neptune and Aries. Neptune is retrograding into Pisces one more time. So, again, basically for the rest of this year, we're still things are going to be exposed until, probably like March really of next year, I would say, because Neptune, yeah, it moves back into Aries at the beginning or at the end of January. But, it kind of takes a little bit of time for it to get going. So, that's what I'll say about that. But, again, I think on a personal level, this is a good thing. It could be a little bit uncomfortable because there could be some truths that you have to admit to yourself that you don't necessarily want to, right? And, that's it, right? And so sometimes we have to admit these uncomfortable truths. I'll give you a good example. It's like a few weeks ago, or almost a month ago now, I had like a little bit of a health issue that I thought was a bigger deal than it actually was. And, it's like the doctors couldn't figure it out and everything. And finally, my good friend Scott Cruz, the psychic, right? He said to me, "No, you're just fat," right? This is why I love Aquarius, by the way, because they'll just tell you what's wrong with you, right? And so it's like I had to admit the uncomfortable truth that it's like I got to get my ass moving. I had to get back to working out and being healthy and all those things, which I hadn't been doing, right? And so it's like sometimes they're just these uncomfortable truths. And like those are the truths that will be revealed to you at this time. Is like your friend will just call you fat to your face, right? So there you go, right? And or but also where I'm going with this is there could also be some very good truths as well. Like you could discover information on like how to grow your business by 10 times, or like crazy stuff like that. Now, you're not going to magically discover that. You're going to have to do your research. Again, fortune favors the bold right now. I said this in the 2025 readings. Nothing is just going to happen for you. You have to put the work in. You have to do things you've never done before. I can tell I get tons of comments from people that say, you said I was going to make $10 million, and I haven't done anything different, but I didn't make the $10 million. I'm like, exactly. You're just doing the same thing. I make it very freaking clear. I am very clear in my readings that tarot can do nothing for you. I'm one of the only readers that says it, right? Tarot is energy. It's loose guidance at best. You have to put the work in. You have to work with the energy. So, there you go. But it's definitely time. Eight of Swords, by the way, is about seeing that there are many ways to accomplish things. And, I think that in a lot of ways, the Eight of Swords is saying you need to be open to other ways of doing things. You have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is moving on to calmer shores. So I think for a lot of you, this could be improvements coming into your life. So, a lot of people have been getting the Six of Swords. I think that we are going through a healing period. So a lot of people could be healing, like I just said. So there you go. You have the Moon. Still illusions, still needing to see things clearly. I think that we still should be, we shouldn't just be taking things as gospel right now, right? Like we should be doing our own research. If anyone says anything to us about anything, at all, period, we should probably really be looking into it, doing our research and, figuring things out. I also feel for some of you that there could be, if this is love coming in for you, we go up Two of Cups to the King of Swords. You could be attracting something that's like a little bit more mysterious, but I think this is a good thing. I don't mean what I'm about to say in a bad way. I mean this in a good way. I almost feel like some of you, if you are attracting love, that number one, this could be happening over like the next 2 months or so I'm getting. Number two, I feel like this person might make you a little bit anxious, but not in a bad way. Like, I feel like it's in a good way in the sense that it's like that they make you anxious because they're not like anyone else you've dated. It's like that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like anxious as in they wait 3 days to contact you. That is bad anxiety. Good anxiety is like, hey, maybe this person is making me, have to level up to be with them. Maybe maybe that's how I feel, right? Maybe this person is very straightforward. Maybe you're used to liars. So they're straightforward. You're used to liars. You think that they're lying. But again, if you look at the evidence, Justice card, Justice says, look at the evidence and you'll be perfectly fine. But maybe if you look at the evidence, they're not lying. They're telling the truth. So it's like different. That's the type of anxiety we're talking about. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Knight of Wands. Everything is different. Up is down, left is right, right is wrong, right? There's like a Weird Al song like that. That is going to be Uranus and Gemini. I just had that realization. There's a Weird Al song. I can't remember the name of it, but it's something like that. Up is down, left is right, right is wrong, or something like that. And so it's like everything is all over the place with Uranus and Gemini. And I think that people who kind of like roll with the punches will probably come out on top. With the Six of Swords, here you go. We have the Ten of Cups. Love it, because this would represent fortune after difficulty. Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty, but definitely with the Six of Swords, this would definitely represent fortune after difficulty. Those people are moving on to calmer shores. And Ten of Cups would be, happy home, happy family, but it would also be the improvement. So I think that there's a lot of improvements. Also amazing for love. Again, if you're definitely, for those of you that want love, I kind of feel like the next 2 or 3 months are going to be a big deal for you in love, for those of you that want it. So again, nothing just happens. You have to leave the house. People have to see you with their eyeballs. They have to be able to talk to you with their freaking mouth and things like that, right? So, this says that you have to get out of the house and you have to go do things to meet a person. And, the other thing I would say is I think we're in a great time to meet a person in public. It's like, if you meet a person on Tinder, you're just meeting a person who just is sitting on the toilet swiping. Is that the type of person that you really want to attract? Probably not. So it's like, why not go meet someone doing something who does exciting things in their life, right? Get out of the house. With the Moon, you have the Nine of Wands and the Hermit. Yeah, Nine of Wands is about opening up. So especially with the Hermit says there's nothing to fear. You've been through a dark night of the soul. You've earned the knowledge that you need to learn to be successful. He has earned his right to be at the top of this hill. And so, number one, going up to the Two of Cups, this could say that you've earned the right to attract love into your life. Could also say that you have earned the right to be successful, which I think you need to realize that, Sag. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, messages from your future self. You have this Flying card. It says ambition, joy, breaking free, and escapism. You have this Body card. It says self-care, sexuality, and vulnerability. So I think for a lot of you, number one, self-care is like a big word that has come up a lot this week. So it's clearly one of those weeks where the universe really wants people to, put themselves first and really take care of themselves. And, again, I think self-care is always good. I think that we always get a lot of benefits when we treat ourselves best. So, I'm a big fan of that. I think really, if everybody loved themselves more, it probably would solve a lot of problems in the world, right? And so, I'm not saying things would be perfect, of course. Someone always gives me some example. They always tell me some story about their aunt who all she did was love herself, and she, got some weird melting disease where her body just started disintegrating, and how horrible it was. Great. Don't care, right? Number one. Number two, I think for the most part, this is true, right? More self-love. Again, I think that also, by the way, I would be embracing that ambition energy. There's like, I do think we need to gas ourselves up a little bit right now. It's like the motivation is a little bit lacking right now. Like not completely, but a little bit. And so I feel like if you want to do something, it's like, yeah, you might have to light a fire under your ass to get going here, but that's fine, Sagittarius. I think I think what the card is saying is like, once you get going, you will get going, if that makes sense. It's the getting going that's the hard part. Also in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Justice card, you have the Two of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Justice says pay attention to the evidence for sure for you. That's not the only thing that Justice represents, but just I read intuitively, and the message that I'm getting for you is that you really need to pay attention to the evidence. Like if you put energy into something, are you getting energy out? It's like cause and effect, and that's the evidence I would pay attention to. Now, what I would say is that you do have the King of Swords here, and the King of Swords is law and order. So if you have been dealing with something legal, or if you're dealing with something where you're hoping to, get some sort of balance, then this is also very good. You have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is a perfect match coming in for you, so there definitely could be some sort of perfect match coming in for you if you're looking for love. That could make you very happy. So if you want love, there you go. I think this could be a perfect match. Two of Cups is also you and your higher self. So like I said earlier with the Two of Cups, because you have it twice, I think that like talking to yourself, your higher self, through like meditation and all that other good stuff would be very good for you with the Two of Cups. It'll probably lead to a lot of benefits and growth, but also it does seem to me like people are being guided this week. Like I don't think this week is perfect, far from it, but I do think that I don't know, like everybody has basically had a message that the universe is really trying to guide people right now, but we have to listen, and so I would be paying attention. You have the Queen of Pentacles. It's like, I think there's a lot of opportunity for you to like really, I think there's a lot of opportunity for you to really, really create a lot of abundance or, or increase your resources more easily. So that's definitely something I would be researching and looking into. She's a card of resourcefulness. I do feel pretty good about money here for you, Sag. So a lot of you could be increasing your finances. You could also be attracting a Capricorn, by the way, if you're looking for love. Earth stands out to me. Fire and air stand out to me the most in this reading. It could be any sign, general reading, but those are the signs that really stand out. With the Justice card, you have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is usually a person who's very in touch with their emotions. Again, kind of boring, because what I would say here is that everybody has been getting the King of Cups for love, and I don't think it means water sign. It could. I think that the King of Cups is an archetype that people are more attracted to right now. We're in a time of chaos, so I think, he's sitting in chaos, but he's perfectly fine, right? The whole point of this card is that he's sitting in these choppy waters, but he's not worried. So the reason I'm saying this is that, I think during these times, obviously, I think people are probably going to be more attracted to people who aren't worrying about every little thing that's going on in the world. People who aren't crapping their pants every 2 seconds when something happens. So, makes sense. With the Two of Cups, you have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, I think you have a lot more options in love than you realize, is what I would say. So if you want love, I would definitely get out there. I also feel that you could be making something real. We have the Ace of Cups right here. The Ace of Cups is one cup. So if you already have your eye on a person, you absolutely could be attracting that specific person here, Sag. So I would go for it, whatever this is. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Cups. Yes, make a wish, right? We go like this. I mean, this is amazing. Going Nine of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Ten of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. I mean, amazing. Really good. So definitely this could be like some blessings coming in for you. I mean, you have the star blessings card, so it makes sense that, you could be getting this wish that you've been hoping for. Yeah, that looks really good to me, Sag. I have nothing else to add. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Wave of Emotions card, King of Cups for sure. It says, a new experience will enter your life that will stir a wave of emotions within you. So it could be like a lot of excitement or something that excites you that's coming in. You have this Orbiting Space card. It says, something or someone is orbiting you, wanting to make its presence known. Yes. I think this is someone you're already interested in, if I had to guess, Sag. So if you're looking for love, I feel it's someone you already know. For those of you that are not looking for love, and even if you are, actually, I don't think it matters. I think that you are just probably opening up to something that you will love. Ace of Cups could be anything. Ace of Cups is anything that causes your emotions to overflow. Could be a new job, could be a business, could be whatever you're trying to do in life, could be your health, right? Doesn't really matter. But whatever it is clearly orbiting you. You have the King of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. King of Swords can be law and order. So, like I said, I think some of you could be experiencing justice. The other thing I'm getting is like a proof or something, but like I'm very specific here, Sag. Like, I feel that, like let's say you applied for like unemployment or something, like you could be getting approved for that. I don't know, something that feels like that type of justice. Does that make sense? I don't know, but that's what's popping into my head, is that like some of you have been trying to get a specific type of justice and it's coming in for you. I also feel like this could be your knowledge and wisdom. King of Swords is the card of knowledge and wisdom, but we have to like use our knowledge and wisdom to be successful with the King of Swords. So, a lot of you could be doing that here with this card. You have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, being very happy. So I do feel that there could be a lot of happiness and joy coming in for you with the Ace of Cups, which is good. I also feel that your emotions could be overflowing with the Ace of Cups. So, it just seems to me like whatever this thing is that's orbiting you, wanting to make its presence known, is probably bringing in a lot of peace, happiness, and joy. With the Ace of Cups also, it's funny that I said that about on the card that said ambition, right? On it, it's almost like this is trying to help you get started. I think that once you get started on something, it's going to be really hard for you to stop, but in a good way, but it's like the getting started is the obstacle. Ace of Cups says you have to do more things that cause you to overflow. So it's almost like the more you can do that causes you to overflow, the better. You have the Seven of Wands card. I feel like you're more sure of yourself. I almost just get confidence here, which kind of makes sense. But I almost feel like you are becoming more confident, and just as we move forward here. And I think you're more sure of yourself. And obviously, when we're more confident, more sure of ourselves, good things can happen. So there you go. With the King of Swords, you have the Seven of Wands. More confident, believing in yourself. King of Swords is the card of knowledge and wisdom. So again, he basically says that you maybe have a lot more answers on your own. Like you have a lot more answers as to like how life works, or how your life works, or how things should work. It doesn't really matter, whatever it is. And, I think that you are starting to like trust yourself more, believe in yourself more. And, that could be a good thing, of course, here, Sag. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups. Can't make it up. We have divine counterparts right here. Could be a Libra coming in for you as well, Sag, with the Justice card. Could be any sign, general reading, but, King and Queen of Cups are definitely lovers, and, they're good, really good divine counterparts, so definitely could be a solid connection. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is you taking the lead and leaving a comfort zone. So I think, but showing up in the good stuff, it kind of says that something from the past is complete. He's reaching forward to this new wand, and he is moving into the future. So I think that for a lot of you, this is kind of like saying that you're just moving forward in life in a good way. You have this negotiation card. I feel like this card is saying don't settle. This is not a bad card, but sometimes I feel like this card says don't settle. That's it. It just says there's something you want, you need to go straight for it. And you have the Nine of Cups twice, which is like if you want something, just ask for it and you'll get it. Obviously you might have to take some action to get it, but there you go. You have this companionship card. Really interesting. A lot of people have been getting this card, and it does seem to me like we could be attracting people who are not just lovers, but like true friends. Like much, it seems to me like people are attracting much deeper connections. And I think this is a great thing, Sag, sorry. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. Let's see. I can't get a card. So you have this convention card. Convention, we need to avoid convention. Convention is the way things have always been done. We have Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius is a really bad time for convention. So, and it's not necessarily bad. But what I would say with Pluto in Aquarius is that, like I tell people, like, we should be doing what works 80% of the time. And then, like, 20% of the time, we should be experimenting with new ways of doing whatever we're trying to accomplish. And if we do that, things will go well. You have this exaltation card. It's like something is divinely blessed in your life or something. It's like something is meant for you. This exaltation card says something is, like, the universe is saying that it has a gift just for you. And that's what I feel. And finally, you have this vision card. Yes, definitely with this reading, you have the Ace of Pentacles. You have 2 aces. But you have some other things here that would really represent, like, picking one thing and making it happen. Like, having a vision and focusing on it and making it happen. But this looks really good, Sag. I like where this is going. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.